Normally, most of the medical insurance covers do not really have restrictions on pre-existing conditions. However, there are some plans that may have a few pre-existing restrictions, but these are agreed upon between the client and the insurance company. Normally, there could be maybe a restriction on critical illness. There could be a waiting period before you can maybe access. They will not restrict you for the entire duration of the cover, but there would be what we call a waiting period, a minimum period within which you may not access that particular, maybe that particular benefit. And then you then access it maybe after that period has elapsed. So basically it's a control that insurance companies put in place. But it's, the restrictions on medical are really minimal, I would suggest. When you are away from your home, say you've traveled up country, what I would say is that normally these insurance companies that do, the insurance companies and the HMOs that do medical have a list of service providers. And some of these service providers are also up country. So you find that even if you've traveled up country, say to Tororo, whichever district you'd have traveled to, you find that there are facilities that you can access up country. So that is one of the benefits of medical. It's not that you can only access the facilities within Kampala, but even up country you can access. And also there are conditions under the medical cover that in the event that you are in a place where there are no facilities, there is no service provider, then they would reimburse you for up to a certain percentage, could be 90%, for treatment that is out of the panel of providers. So that's how medical insurance basically works. There would be a reimbursement that would occur in the event that there is no service provider. You visited a very rural area and there is no, you are in an emergency situation and there is no service provider. Then based on the medical plan you have, the insurance company would come in and reimburse for those services that you've received out of the panel of providers that they would have shared with you. One of the main roles of the IRA is to ensure that the insurance companies that are licensed are financially sound and stable. So these insurance companies that deal in medical and also other classes of business are vetted periodically to ensure that continuously they are financially sound and stable. So we look at the level of capital they hold, the level of liquid assets, and all other parameters to ensure that as they are able to continue providing the service to all clients, and the clients and the beneficiaries are not negatively affected. So I would say the ones that we've licensed are financially stable. Yes.
How does the company handle disputes over the clients?
Now, normally a company is supposed to settle claims. However, as they provide this service, normally disputes may arise. And there are various avenues under which these particular companies should handle the disputes. One is that all companies should have what we call a complaints desk, where the clients, in the event that they are dissatisfied with the claims handling, can then submit these complaints. The desk is supposed to then handle those disputes. And we've gone ahead to come up with guidelines and also ensure that there are timelines for handling these particular disputes by the complaints desks. So those disputes can be handled by the complaints desk internally, but still under the contracts that are written by this insurance company. Because normally once you purchase medical, you get a policy document. Within the policy document, there are provisions that relate to handling disputes. You could have an arbitrator come in, you could have the insurance regulator. They can also come to the regulator because we have a complaints bureau where clients can come and then report on all complaints, and this would be handled by the regulator. So beyond the complaints desks that are within the insurance companies, we have the insurance regulator. There are also options for arbitration under courts of law. So all these are avenues for handling disputes that are provided for within the contracts and within the standards of practice in the insurance sector. Yes.
Thank you so much. I don't know whether this is related to that, but maybe the bank would like to know more. How would you manage the rejected or unpaid claims?
Now, there are various reasons why a claim would be rejected or repudiated by an insurance company. And this is normally comes in between when the insurance company is settling the obligations. Normally, for you as a client, you purchase medical insurance. The insurance company will give you a list of service providers where you can go to access the service. So for you, you go and access the service normally. And once you access the service, then this service provider will follow up with the insurance company for compensation. Now, there could be disputes between the service provider and the insurance company, and there could be some claims that are rejected. But normally the grounds for rejection are normally given to the service provider. It could be maybe the diagnosis did not relate to the ailment, and also different aspects that may come up within. Maybe the costs were beyond those that were agreed. So all these disputes may come up, and the insurance company normally has to reconcile periodically. And once they reconcile, they look at which claims are payable and which ones should be maybe rejected or repudiated, and they inform the service provider. So what normally should be done is, in case there are any disputes, the parties first of all must sit. They must reconcile and look at all these aspects. The insurer must reconcile with the service provider. So it's only after they fail that they may come to the IRA for further guidance on the next steps. Yes. I would say for now, medical insurance is the largest class of insurance business in the country. About 20% of the premium generated. Out of 2021, the industry wrote about over 1 trillion, and about 244 billion came through medical insurance. Now, that shows you that medical is the largest class of business. We see that this class will continue growing in the future. There are also plans that government has in introducing the National Health Insurance Scheme. So we see that all these are key aspects related to medical insurance. We see that medical will continue growing in the foreseeable future. And as a regulator, we'll continue supporting the insurance sector and ensuring that the insurance sector grows over the next few years and also in the future. Yes. So in a nutshell, what I'm trying to say is that medical insurance is quite important for everyone. The employers, individuals can all purchase, should all purchase medical insurance. Just imagine if there is a critical illness and one is told you have to meet over 200 million to do maybe a surgery somewhere in India or a different country. Meeting this expense out of pocket may be so difficult for a number of individuals. But with the medical insurance, the benefit you'd have is that at a much lower premium that you'd pay, then the insurance company would then come in to provide for your medical expenses. So basically, we encourage individuals and employers to take up medical insurance as a key insurance cover. For families, you're all encouraged to take up medical insurance. Now, in the event that there are certain aspects, for instance, there are certain challenges that you may encounter, please feel free to call on us. We have a toll-free line. It's 0800-124-124. You can call on it. You can visit our website. You can also use the services of the Complaints Bureau at the Insurance Regulatory Authority of Uganda. So we are available to ensure that the public is protected, and we're also available to ensure that the industry will continue growing in the foreseeable future. So I encourage everyone to take up medical insurance, since it's quite important for families in order to reduce the out-of-pocket expenditure. Thank you.